Good morning. Stock futures are ticking lower on Thursday morning alongside many international markets as investors are bracing for a barrage of economic events, including the Consumer Price Index report and a speech from the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank President James Bullard. Of course, we'll be gauging whether the U.S. economy is ready for a gradual withdrawal in central bank stimulus and when the tapering might begin. Oh boy, Cisco shares slumped more than 9% in extended trading after the networking giant announced job cuts that will affect 4,000 employees or 5% of its workforce. The switch and router maker announced the cuts with its fiscal fourth quarter results, citing the impact of a slower than anticipated global economic recovery. Cisco CEO John Chambers said the environment is improving slightly, but nowhere near the pace that we want. Chambers, however, did say that around a third of the affected employees will be reallocated within Cisco. Cisco reported revenue of $12.4 billion, a 6% hike on the prior year's quarter, and in line with analysts' expectations of $12.41 billion. Now, excluding items, Cisco earned 52 cents a share on net income of $2.8 billion. It is up from 47 cents a share. Analysts only expected Cisco to earn 51 cents a share. Well, Walmart also reported, and their second quarter results missed Wall Street expectations. Walmart is also cutting its annual profit outlook as the world's largest retailer continues to deal with a tough economy at home and abroad. Second quarter profits rose 1.3% to $4.07 billion or $1.24 a share, but analysts were expecting earnings of $1.25 a share. It's still better than last year, which was $4.02 billion or $1.18 a share. Revenue at stores open at least a year at Walmart's namesake business fell 0.3%, and that's considered an important measure of the retailer's performance. JP Morgan's London whale trading loss is looking more like a rogue trade after the Department of Justice on Wednesday filed criminal charges against two former traders for allegedly fraudulently mismarking a portfolio the bank said was intended to hedge its credit risk. The DOJ's new scrutiny into the trading loss and two criminal indictments filed against former traders Javier Martin Artejo and Julian Grout reveal activity that casts the bank's overall risk management capabilities in doubt. Now, what once looked like a backfired hedging strategy involving complex credit derivatives and structured products now looks more like a rogue trade that went unreported by risk management staff and upper management. And that's what's happening before the bell. I'm Deborah Borchardt. Good luck trading.